Taurus, happy full moon in Aries that we have coming up. Now, although the title of the video says that change is on the horizon, it's not for a while, but I'm just prepping you for it ahead of time. So let's get into it. Got my artist ensemble on today, darling Taurus. Now, if we have not met, hello, my name is Sarah. I'm a healer, starseed spiritual counselor. I'm a consciousness that came from a different time and space that came down to play human in this beautiful avatar, Sarah, to help you make sense of a little bit of the awakening, the astrology, tarot, leadership, development, a little bit about what's going on and how to make sense of it. So today we are going over the grid for a Taurus rising chart, but this video can always be watched by a Taurus sun as well as a Taurus moon to get the vibration. And we're discussing the full moon that we have coming up in Aries, 6 degrees right over here in your 12th house of soul purpose, healing, closure, and coming home. And although, Sarah, you're telling me change is on the horizon and I'm a Taurus and I don't like change and I'm already a minute in and you haven't told me when this is coming, so what the fuck is going on? I'm just going to give you a little bit of the astrology for it, why we're kind of getting ready for it, and like maybe in like a few years. This could be 10 years from now. Who knows? But change is coming. I'll show you why. The sun in the sky is in the sign of Libra, in your 6th house of everyday life and practical service. Although your legacy, kind of your career is in this 10th house over here, which doesn't have anything in it. We're talking about daily life, the things we do every single day. Mars is also in the sign of, or in this house, in the sign of Libra, and the South Node is in this house as well. We're releasing old patterns. South Node releasing, Mars spearheading in, and the Sun is just our kind of lighthouse in the sky, highlighting where we could focus. We all have all of these areas of our life that we could focus on. So we could tell the astrology, like I know that, like JP Morgan says that only billionaires follow astrology, but I'm choosing to be basic, so I'm going to just fuck around and find out. Totally an option, Taurus. Completely an option. This is Libra season. So like there's both sides to the coin. And then at the end of the day, it's a coin. I know that Libras can be called indecisive, but they're like, there's one side of the penny, there's another side of the penny, but it's just a penny. It's not indecisive. It's more like not idealistic, but like it's more of a philosophical mentality that they have, but like completely unaware of it. It's a beautiful thing to see. But your 6th house, Libra, is run by Venus, which is lovely. We want you in a lovely, bougie work environment. Like that's what I want for you. And then Aries over here runs our house of soul purpose. Very, very interesting. Things might feel really slow. Jupiter and Uranus are both retrograde in your sign. Neptune and Saturn in Pisces in your house of community, friendships, and wishes for the future. These says things might be slow. Pluto retrograde in your house of quest, adventure, long distance travel, and higher education. It could be that you need more education to do what you want to do, or you're ready to teach and you keep thinking that you want more education. There's something to, I don't want to say the fixed signs, but there's something to your fixed negative earth sign. And I talk about Taurus with a capital T, not you specifically, but just the energy of Taurus can be very like 3D and a little bit more old world in their understanding of money and understanding of work. Because like the American dream has been dead for a very long time. It wasn't even a real thing. And time does not equal money anymore. Do you know what I mean? So you can have a job where maybe you have a little bit more of an Aries vibe to it, where you could do something once and help a few hundred people, or do something once, do something small group, do something that's a little bit more outside of your normal realm of understanding. Kind of flip the switch a little bit, and then give your soul purpose a little bit more of a Libra scale, Taurus. Give it a little bit more balance, a little bit calm, like a little bit more of the Libra vibe. Because with the North Node in your soul purpose house, like it might not make sense what you're being asked to do. It might not make sense as to what Mars is showing you, and that's totally okie dokie. That's totally okie dokie. You don't have to understand what is going on. That's why you hire healers. That's why you have an astrologer. That's why you have someone that you can hold space, that can hold space for you, so that you can have someone to be an accountability buddy to say, this doesn't make sense. What's this? And they can be like, bam, bam, bam. That's why. And you'd be like, oh, okay. That just have a little bit of validation to move forward. You don't have to have all of the answers, Taurus. You don't have to understand all of this. You just have to trust the people that do. Trust the people around you. Trust yourself to figure it out. It's such volatile energy, and this will happen for every single sign. We have all of the inner planets on one side of the chart and all the outer planets on the other side of the chart, and then the full moon right in the middle of the fucking outer planets. Outer planet, outer planet, outer planet, outer planet, or outer void, outer planet, inner, 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 inner. Or wait, inner, technically. So it's this push and pull, the balance of the scales at the same time. So it's like, I know that this is right in front of me, but it doesn't feel aligned anymore. Why don't I make a little bit of a change? Or just a thought, since you're watching like a very, very woo-woo astrological video, give it to the fucking moon. Like, give it to the moon. Do some ceremony. Do something that maybe is a little more outside of your normal like wheelhouse. Go to a healing. Reach out for a session. Talk to someone else that maybe like, or do you have a friend that's super spiritual or super woo-woo or pulls tarot cards, and just be like, hey, I'm starting to question. However you do it, just do it. You're safe. Just know above all that you are safe to be doing and experiencing any of the things that are happening around you. What did I write now? Changes on the horizon. So, okay, you're with me still. Once these planets go direct, once Jupiter goes direct in your sign, once Uranus goes direct in your sign, honest to God, when Pluto goes into Aquarius, which is going to fully go into Aquarius forever for 20 years, end of 2024, it's going to be here for 20 years. So it's going to be really transforming your house of legacy, public life and career for 20 years. So that's what I'm saying. You have time. You have time. Jupiter's going to go direct in your sign, I think the end of the year. Uranus, I don't think goes direct until next year. So I think we're okie dokie there. But once these planets go direct, it will feel as though this tiny little snowball that's been going down the hill right now is going to be so big that you can't prevent the change from happening, but you'll feel so secure within that size and shape that you're in that you're like, no, I have to do this. It's okay. You'll have more validation and you'll understand a little bit more. But right now, you're just that teeny little snowball. It's just bumbling around and it's not always moving so fast. You're okay. Just ask for the support that you need. Do some ceremony, especially the North Node is in your 12th house. It's not going to fully make sense as it goes, but your soul knows, your being knows. I believe in you. I believe in you. I'd say for you, Taurus, spend as much time with yourself in a sacred space as much as you can without the outside, like, I know I just told you to call a friend and stuff like that, but like try to utilize leadership, utilize personal growth and development. Send a message to someone and be like, hey, can you please hold space for me? And let them say yes or no. And if they can't, don't ask them to hold space for you. Find someone who is completely impartial, or if it's a friend, like when I go into sessions, if I'm holding them with friends, there always has to be an energy exchange. And I'm like, just so you know, we're not friends in the session. I'm going to shoot you between the eyes because that's how I do it in my sessions. So find someone who can kind of not disassociate like that, but can disassociate like that. So find someone who's a professional. Yeah. These are contracted. This is good stuff. Yeah, we'll get into it. Because we'll have the new moon coming up in Libra in a few weeks, and that's like eclipses are happening. We will get into it. I can't even continue. We're good. Just know that change is coming. Let that excite you, Taurus. Oh my God, earlier this year I did the signs evolving, and the one I had for Taurus evolving was literally like, you know when someone pays to get like an entire house moved from one area to like another piece of land? That's how your change comes. You're fixed negative earth. So when it's time for change, you will pay someone to lift you up and just move you to a new reality, and you just be smoking a stogie the entire time inside, listening to your jazz and just being like, oh God. Literally all of your creature comforts are going with you, but you're just like, It's okay. You'll be supported, darling. I love you. I'll see you in a few weeks.